I didn't read your text. So what are we talking about today?
How'd you know? I hurt my feelings, bro. We can talk about just like NBA. I just threw in the topic in there specifically.
I've been busy. I usually read them. Been busy. Sorry.
Whatever, bro.
But so something I've been thinking about the last like day or so. I think it was Alan. You said that like Luka's like the Great White Hope.
That was
that was you. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Anyway, and like I think you might actually have a point, right? No, okay, look, because what was it? A day or so ago, I was on Twitter. It was some basketball thing for life of me. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was people talking. No, that might have been a different thing. We're talking about LeBron and MJ and all that. They were like just two random white dudes who were just like, who their thing was like, I don't get why nobody seems to think that Luka's they're like Luka's the best like basketball player in the NBA or whatever on the planet. I don't get why everybody doesn't stand it. And my first reaction is like, because he's not. So I'm like, you know what? We have numbers. And basically, at least according to the numbers that I pulled from, I think Basket Reference, because like I compared him against I think LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi, a couple other folks. The reason like for I don't know the 2.5 people interested and why he's not is like he's not a very he's not a very good shooter. He's not a better passer than LeBron or a better rebounder than Giannis. Not to say he's bad. He's good at those things. He's just not as good as them. And like he's not a particularly good defender. Like he's not as bad as Trae Young, but like that's not the highest bar to clear.
Yeah.
The only reason why he's not as bad as Trae Young is because he's 6'8".
He's 6'8"?
He's 6'8". He's a big boy. Luka's like 6'8", like 2 something.
That's how
220-ish. He got some size. That's
not surprising because to be that slow, you got to be that tall to get shot off. Like exactly. It's not surprising. I didn't know that, but that's not surprising.
6'8", super skilled. That's it.
We want to wait. So this text you sent us, who is this? So Trevor Lawrence did this, and then this is what Trump quote tweeted.
Yeah, that's what Trump quote tweeted.
We all play football. Hold on, we all want to play football.
I would also just like the record to show that Luka is also from the James Harden school of 3-point shooting, which is to say, I'm not necessarily the best 3-point shooter, but I'm just going to take a lot of them anyway.
All I'm saying is this. Did you watch the game where he played the Bucks?
I did not. I have not watched any basketball. Well, I have not watched my.
So in clutch time, Luka, he was doing his thing, whatever. But he did this pass where he did like between the legs pass to a cutter.
The highlight. Mm-hmm.
And people were like going crazy after that. And in my head, I was like, James Harden does that every other game. Like, and he gets hated on. Like James Harden and Luka essentially have a very similar game. Essentially. And especially since they all have the ball in their hands so much. And like I'm just like people are over here flipping and blowing their minds at what Luka's doing. When James Harden does the exact same thing as him every day and has been doing it the exact same time for years at this point. And I'm just like, can we like I get he's good. Like I'm not gonna say he's not good, obviously, because that'd just be wrong. I get he's good, but people are putting him on a pedestal that's like as if what he's doing is irregular.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's good, but it's not irregular.
Can I give a little bit of insight of what's going on with like the fascination with Luka outside of the Great White Hope?
Sure.
He's new.
Yeah.
He's new. That's it. Like the first 2 years of what James Harden was doing in the Rockets, everybody loved it. We didn't really have an issue with it until he started sputtering out in the playoffs. Luka has not made the playoffs yet. So as long as you can be really funny, your team sucks. I think within like the next season or two, that's where we want to be like super critical in Luka, because it's great that you can put up all these numbers and do these amazing highlights, but can you win? If they lose in 5 games, we're gonna be looking at them funny, especially if Luka has any game where he gets locked up. That's just still the case. That's the only thing that's saving him is because he's new and they haven't had a chance to ruin him yet. Give him no, you laughing. Give him season 4 or 5. That's when we'll be like, okay, you gotta do something else besides put up all these numbers.
Like win or contribute to a winning culture, I guess. Exactly. But yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I can see he's lucky to be an assistant with Mark Cuban, right? I can see Mark Cuban surrounding him with, productive players who are going to be good at their jobs, I guess. But we do have to give him time. But this that is true. A fascination with like how new he is. That is, you do have to say that. You do have to take that into consideration. But I think all these things could be right at the same time. You know what I mean? New, white hope complex, and also. He's like one of the bigger stat players, I guess, who is contradicting this like the European narrative of like
being soft.
European players are soft. They're trash essentially when they first get over here. Pretty much the Ricky Rubios, right? Like essentially that's what we as Americans think of the European players. And with him not being that gives like that doubles down or triples down, I guess, on the fascination of Luka Doncic. But I would still take James Harden over him any day of the week.
I don't know about that yet. I gotta see what he do in the playoffs. If he can produce at the clip he is producing and win games, I think he might have the edge over James Harden in that factor. But James Harden to win. That's it.
James Harden has taken that dynasty Golden State deep into a series. James Harden has been to the finals with the Oklahoma City. James Harden as a career has done a lot. Like he just happened to run. He just happened to be in a conference that was dominated by a legitimate dynasty. So, like excluding that, James Harden has done a whole lot. But Luka's done what at this point? Nothing. So, besides put these big numbers, I'm going to see.
Year 2. What did we realistically? What did we expect from this dude?